What Christianity lacks is access. We join together, 10 of us. We create a community. We can have access into the same money. We will never do it as black people. Never.
Hello, welcome to the Masters TV. This channel is going to help you to grow your spiritual life. And when you listen to this channel, your life will change forever. God bless you, but don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more new video updates.
You work for years to build a house which you live in. Stupidity, stupidity. A house is a liability. Anything that doesn't bring you money is a liability. You can only have a house when you have another house where you can get rent. Now, right now, I know what you, if I say, what do you want? You'll be like, if I can just have my own house. Because you're thinking of showing your friends that don't like you, that will gossip about you when you're gone. And if you die, you will leave it to your wife who will get married to another man. One day when you decide, we are a community, let's create 5 of us here. We can share water, we can share this, we can share this. You see how thriving. You see the Amish community? Not one Down syndrome in the Amish community in America that they have actually researched. Not one Down syndrome. Do you understand? Not one Down syndrome. And lifespan has increased in the Amish community because of a community with access will give you more life. Ownership will kill you. Listen, bills are a result of ownership. Lack is the result of ownership. Employment, a job, is the result of ownership. You are employed because you are not in the access of God. I wish I could talk to you. The Bible calls us stewards of the earth. We are here to take care of the earth. One time I was ministering here, and I got a call from the man who is in the who is who's of Christianity called Rodin Howard Brown. He said, I want to talk to you. I'm like, wow, wonderful. Dr. Rodin Howard Brown, the man who is in the who is who of Christianity. If you're talking about the revivals, the man was in there. You're talking about where we talk about Kenneth Hagin, he is inside there. Where you talk about Jericho and all that, you talk about the revival that he's doing. You talk about what he's doing in Florida right now. Revival is breaking. That same man said, come with your children. Want to take your children to Disney World. I said, say, what's happening? He's like, I just want you to relax. I said, wow. You want me to relax? He said, yes. I've looked at your gift, and I know exactly that when people have this kind of gift, they will be used by people. So come and relax, and I know you're already broken. Some people have already disappointed you. Some people betrayed you. Some people want to use you, and some have used you and discarded you. Just come and relax for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it is, you and your family come. I'll provide anything. I said, wow. So I took my family there. Nobody was telling me what we were going to do there. My kids went to Disney World in Florida, and then they're enjoying there, and I'm just there. And then he said, yeah, go into the shopping mall there, buy whatever you want to buy. I went in there with my wife. We did what we did there that whole week. And one day, he just said, he was standing very far, as if he was afraid. He was standing very far on his pulpit, and I was sitting there because I had to attend one of his service just to see what he was doing. He never intended for me to minister. Then he said, prophet, come. Tell the people what you do. So I said, oh yeah, I'm a prophet. So he was in the corner away from the prophet. He's answering. He's like, no, explain what a prophet is to them. I said, oh yeah, I know people. I know what they have done. I know what they are doing. And he said, why don't you just prove it? Yeah. I called a woman at the end there, and I said the name of the boyfriend and the name of the mother, and everyone is like, no. Whoa, wait a minute. Now I called another white block here because you can't just do our own black people. Looks very staged, you know. So I started going for white people, and I called pin numbers. I put pin numbers, and he started pointing at people. Say, you come, you. And then I started prophesying to them. But while I was doing it, it was around the whole world. So the stage was open for me. Now, somebody who had built a stage, whose God had given money, gave me access to his stage. That if I had said, I don't care about what you're saying, I'm okay with my stage, nobody in America would have known there was a Uebert angel. They were all tuning in, and he says, tomorrow again, tomorrow night, we are doing it again. And then tomorrow morning, we are doing it again. And I started moving, putting people in queues there in his church. He gave me the access for me to be seen. Are you still here? When I went to Pastor Chris, I got in that mode where I was sitting there and they said, can you prophesy? I'm like, well, you mean prophesy in Pastor Chris' church? What are you saying? Should I prophesy like prophesy? So I did my small, like I was very measured, you know? And I went around and I said some small words. And the sister of my man of God came and whispered. He said, no, do exactly the way you do it. Not this small you're doing. I said, raise your hand, and people are praying. I went, I said, you mean like major? I said, you mean I do major? He said, exactly that. I went in. Hi. Massacred the place. Pa. It is whilst I was ministering like that, whilst I was ministering with over 800 senders watching. How many senders? Over 800 branches watching. We're talking about millions. And then the millions were now sending the link to other people. Outside, I'm seeing commotion outside, you know, because the door was open. So I'm prophesying, I'm seeing commotion outside. I'm like, well, what's happening here? And then I see Pastor Chris for the first time. I never met him. He's coming into the hall and he's being accompanied. I'm like, no, I can't continue with this one. So I dropped the mic and ran and said, he came through, hugged me, and went to the stage. He says, Prophet Uebert, come, sit here in his chair. You know, listen, I didn't feel like $1 million because I have it. I felt like $1 billion. I went and sat there, and while I'm sitting there, imagine the millions that got to witness my gifting. Somebody with a stage who is watched by billions gave me a stage. Bi-monthly, I'm live on the stage preaching to billions because I'm given the stage by Pastor Chris. That stage is important because that stage was not just built. Through prosperity, my cities be spread abroad. He spread that because God gifted him and gave him the ability to have access. Access is more powerful than ownership. Access is more powerful than ownership. What you don't have is you have never understood access. All you want is to own. I want to own my 120Y. I want to own. Do you know that 120Y? That Honda Fit. And it's fitted, that car. Now that Fit, that one, if two of you manage to do something, and you say, we're going to create business together, we're going to move together, travel together. Do you know the two of you can buy a truck that will do business and that you will come to church together in the same truck that will do business Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but you want to have your own Honda Fit. And then you wonder why you are not rich. Because the money you were supposed to use for business is in the Honda Fit. Cosmetics is just showing people, I have my own car. And you get in there, you put at the bottom, Jehovah Cop. Leave our God alone, please. I remember a prophet in South Africa, you know him, white man, very good teacher. But I think they had a run-in with Prophet TB Joshua and it was not good. And now I'm close to TB Joshua, but I've been invited to preach for the white prophet from South Africa. So I honored that. So I went there. But in that moment when I went there, that man was popular around the world. Cobus was popular. He had never invited any black preacher to preach anywhere near his pulpit. And do you know how he got me? Simple. I was coming from Mandela's house with Prophet Makandiwo. And then I got a call that there is a man who has been calling and calling and calling, and he says he wants prayer. I said, who is that? I said, Prophet Cobus. I said, that person, when he calls again, shout at them. They're lying. They said, these people have been calling. Then he called one of the guys we went with to Mandela's house. And we were with the guy. The guy said, yeah, he's been looking for you for years, for months. I said, okay, Prophet is going to Zimbabwe. I'm going to see Cobus. So I went there. And that's when the meeting happened where I needed to come for the conference. In that meeting, a lot happened. Even some apostles you see now in Nigeria, you know them by name. That's when they saw me. And they were young kids. In the sense of not too young, but they were still at university, and some of them were college. And they are seeing a man calling out names, white people coming out and crying and all that. It changes everything when it's another race, because people always think it's planned until another race is involved. But that access I got from Rodin Howard Brown, the access I got from Pastor Chris, the access I got from Cobus, the access I got from TB Joshua, if it was not presented well, my gifting, though big, would not be anywhere. No, they're missing this one. I know you're missing it. When you have access, a midwife, somebody who sees what you carry and is not jealous of it, is not competing, is simply saying, let God move and move. But for these people to have, these luminaries in the spirit, to have the capacity to give you their stage, is because God has blessed them financially. God has moved them to another level. So they're not competing with you. They're just establishing. I wish today you will get your own midwife. I said you will get your own midwife. Everything you do, have that ability of saying, I have access, I have access, I have access, I have access, I have access.